Ralo, you got some explaining to do. Get dope. I got something for you too. You call me out on Instagram, I got something for you, homie. Let's get into it.
Ralo's autobiography, coming soon. Preface, Chapter 26. My arrest broke countless hearts. My supporters was dying to help me get out. Some came to every court date. I lost count of how many letters I received with advice I should use to get out, but it was one person at my team that stood out more than any of them. His mission seemed to be more realistic than all the others. This person called himself the Pimp. I would not mention his name out of respect and honor. I don't ever intend for no human being to go to jail on my behalf, so let's protect his confidentiality. My first thought to myself in questioning him was, how the hell can a pimp help me? Although all of us as dope boys kicked it with the pimps, pimping wasn't in my field. Islam had taught me how to honor and respect women, but he then enlightened on how he was able to manipulate the feds and get a major cut on his sentence. He called this art pimping the feds, which was a part of the game I never had heard before. I remember some words he said that has stuck with me over the years. In war, you always have to attack the enemy at their weakest areas. He didn't ask me, what is the federal government weakest spots? I replied, I don't know. And he finally gave me the answer, which was cooperating. At the time, to me, having snitches was their strongest area, because every person I ever seen get a time reduction, they have always ratted on whoever. I made an oath to myself and others that I would never be one of them, and still to this very day, I still stand on that. I guess he was also able to discover my weakness as well, because whenever it came to getting over on the feds, I was always first in line for it. I made sure it was clear to him that I couldn't ever give up, not even one of my plugs. The two plugs that I had been doing business with became some of my closest friends. I made over $20 million with one of my mans within the time frame of him and I knowing each other. He helped change my life and every person's life I had around me. Today, I can honestly say I know selling drugs is completely wrong, but I still have a grand thing in my heart that gives me a sense of thanks for the dope game. The pimp sent me a $400,000 invoice as a deposit and asked that he get the first 10 shows after my release for free. From our conversations, I realized that the money was going to someone else, and his plan was to bank off of the shows that he proposed to me. I listened to everything he said and told him I would think about it and give him my response soon. After leaving that conversation, I had no intentions on ever getting back with him. But as soon as I walked around the Lovejoy facility asking others their opinion about his mission, they all asked me why the hell I ain't sent that $400K over. It seemed as if I was the only person that considered the pimp mission snitching. I can't even count how many times I was asked, Ralo, why the hell is you still there? And you got a way to beat the folks? I called the pimp back a couple of weeks later and asked how was this plan supposed to be presented. He gave me all the information and allowed me to talk to some dudes that he continued to call the Fall Guys. The main dude in the Fall Guys crew never spoke any English, but another dude did all the transactions for him. After being told the same thing over and over in a different way, I still had a bit of confusion in my heart. I guess I needed some kind of clear understanding that I was a snitch. It seemed like my questions never stopped, but the statement he made that stood out to me the most was that I would be doing more for him and his family than I could imagine if I allowed them to take the job. They continued on in the conversation and enlightened me on how poor their country was and how their village needed them. I had heard for many years that our dollar is nearly 10 times the amount of their dollar in Mexico. I then calculated how much the $400,000 would be in Mexico. My math came out to at least $4 million. Then I thought about how far that kind of money take them in that country. It seemed to me that they live like kings. Over the days, them guys and I ended up building a good relationship, but I couldn't get it in my mind that a man was willing to go to prison for money, because where I'm from, we will spend our last dollar to get out and hear it. It is countless men in line ready to go lay down for many years to help their people. I gain a lot of respect and honor for those dudes due to the history of my people that ratted on the whole hood just to get a time cut. I guess shit hit different depending on a person's condition. I called my lawyer back and gave them the green light to try the mission. He sent an email or text over to the AUSA and asked the government was they interested in some information we had, and they quickly responded, sure. They set up the meeting date June 6, 2018. As I walked in that door with my lawyer, I felt my stomach turning, and I damn near throbbed up as I listened to the presentation of information I was given from the dude Pimp and his people. The agent seemed to not have any interest and kept reaching for knowledge about some violent crimes that occurred, but attorney did as I directed him and told the government my supplier, and any crimes of violence was prohibited from being talked about in the meeting. They made it clear that I was being accused of several shootings, including murder, so they had no interest in any drug crimes whatsoever. Their main goal was and still is to solve those cold cases. As my lawyer and I walked out of the meeting, I felt his hand pat me on the back and he told me, "We done a great job." Although everything we said in that meeting was a complete lie, I still felt the worst ever. I couldn't even eat for 2 days. 2 months later, I received a letter in the mail from the federal government. It seemed as they crossed my lawyer out and later accused him of being my weed supplier. They also said that my co-defendant, Manu Jones, was only the manager for the marijuana farm supposedly owned by my attorney. It kind of sucked for my lawyer being pointed out to be a drug dealer, but it seemed to help my case a lot due to the conflict of interest. They also accused my lawyer of setting me up. I'll never put that tag on no human. It's just not in me to talk bad on a person. I've always had more than one lawyer on my case so that I can have multiple opinions. My other lawyer was then able to file a prosecution misconduct motion that stated that the entire case should be thrown out against me, and the government conspired with my conflicted lawyer to set me up. The government and my conflicted lawyer both was pissed. This was the biggest loophole created in my case, and we all know that whenever a loophole is available, we have to take full advantage of it and try to go through it. I sent word to all my co-defendants to hold off on pleading out because I had a major loophole that could free us all, and of them held off. The motion Brian filed to the court stayed on the court docket for over 2 years without a date scheduled. At first, the judge seemed to refuse to visit the motion or even put us on his calendar, but Mr. still never gave up. He told me that Ash and I was never going to be able to undermine the government, and he didn't understand why my other lawyer thought otherwise. But he informed me that the prosecution misconduct motion made more noise than anything. His biggest fight was that I was deprived from any cooperation whatsoever due to the conflict of interest, and I should be given a major time cut. The government didn't seem to fold. They gave us a fight out of this world and accused Ash and I of making a prosecution misconduct plot against them.
That telling? Technically, that's power telling, but it's coerced telling. I will say this, right? There are organizations and gangs and stuff like that do stuff like that. Hey, you the younger dude, you got to take the fall, but we're going to put some bread on you and everything like that. If somebody volunteered to create a quote-unquote narrative or painted illustration, like I like to say, bruh, that's on you. Is it telling? Yeah, it's still telling. Because you got to tell somebody, but that's power telling. Now, what I have done it, bruh, I don't know. I ain't gonna hold you. If somebody say, hey, bro, look, give me $300,000, I'll take the rap for it. You ain't got to do it there in jail. It'd be hard to say, nah, bro, I'm going to be a real nigga, man. I'm going to be a real nigga and just go ahead and blah, blah, blah and everything like that. I'm just going to keep it true. It's going to be hard for me to do that, bro. We just got into it about the telling on the dead. My homie said, man, listen, if you die and we got into some stuff and everything like that, and I can get out, bro, I'm throwing you up under the bus. What you gonna do? Hunt me from hell? I'm going to heaven, but it is what it is. I ain't gonna hold you. For mine, bro, if I go on and you can tell him get out of there, go ahead. The streets don't get him for it. Is it telling? Yeah, but I gave all my cats the permission. Now, with that being said, bro, Ralo, technically, that's telling, bro. That's telling. I don't care what nobody say. That's telling. But it's strategic telling, which means basically, yeah, he was directed. I think when we put it on snitching is, bruh, you broke code and everything like that. If somebody say, hey, I'll take the rap for it, just give me some money. Then, hey, little buddy say he'll take the rap, give him some money. I'm the breadwinner and everything like that. This is a power move. This is a business decision. But technically, it's telling. Do it make you a snitch and all that? You didn't give up your plugs, none of that. You essentially said you involved people who did not have anything to do with anything. All right, cuz. So be it. Get dough. This what you got. This what you said to me, though. Y'all look at this slide. Niggas get on here and say anything. Get dough. Go watch the whole video. This video was cut up for a reason. All due respect, homie, I don't even watch. Buddy don't know what the hell he talking about. I know way more than 5 years, and I ain't just come home. August will make 10 years. I've been home. Y'all got it, though. The internet undefeated. Y'all want views, clicks, and streams. I got 6 businesses. I pay more in taxes than y'all niggas make in a year. Get dough. I do know what I'm talking about. You did reach to a big YouTube channel and put a price on it. Ceddy Nash, all due respect, homie, I don't even watch YouTube. And shit like that, not my thing. All y'all on the outside looking in, me, Shotty, and his co-defendants know what's real and what ain't. He can spin whatever narrative he wants on the net, and y'all blogs can put your own spin on it. But we know what the truth is, and that's all that matters to me. People will believe what they want, and that's their prerogative. John Doe, you said, bruh, you said you got out and held him down for 5 years, and then you turned around and found out. Nigga, I ain't say, bruh, you only been out 5 years. See, that be my problem. But I'm not going to get mad at the sites and blogs and all that who cut it up because they got to make it juicy. So, with that being said, bruh, I never said what you think I said. But I'm going to stand on what I said. If Ralo did what he did, technically, that's snitching. And then this audio just dropped.
Alhamdulillah, you know, I can't complain. I'm out here still deaning, still keeping it solid, you know.
I like that. You're supposed to forever do that, Shay. So, if I was to take acceptance of responsibility for the accusations that
hold on, let me stop you right there. It ain't an accusation. It's in black and white, bro. I'm reading your lawyer pleading on your behalf, trying to get this record sealed because of this information that you gave. It's you saying that you never said that you didn't do it, but you had me believing for 5 years that you kept it solid, dog. And in the paperwork, it say that in 2 months, y'all got locked up in April. In June 6th, you gave a proffer. And you gave up information. You gave them folk the code to your phone and let them review it in your presence. That's what the paperwork say.
I ain't opposed to that, Shay. Belong to him. The documents that you're seeing is from a prosecution misconduct hearing.
Okay, but so if you saying that you gave them just the phone information because you knew nothing was in the phone, what about this shit on page 12? Line 12 and 13, where it say he is cooperating against heroin, methamphetamine, he knows about shootings, and the marijuana, where it say he is cooperating against heroin, methamphetamine, he knows about shootings, and the marijuana. That's what the transcript say.
Okay, I'm not opposition to that. Listen, when you go in there, they ask you other questions. I made my presentation. They started asking other questions.
You know the code though. That's what I'm saying. You know the code. You ain't supposed to have no meeting with them folks in the first place.
Queen, I was presented a situation that only reason why you know about this is because of the prosecution misconduct hearing. All these rap niggas pay that money to get out of jail.
But we ain't these rap niggas though. Listen,
please consider this. I got caught with this shit on the plane, Shay. What the fuck you thought I was gonna do?
Take your lick. Like, shit, it's just some weed. Well, okay. Look, listen. Remember when before you got locked up, I used to always tell you, hey, don't do this. Hey, don't do that. Hey,
I agree with you, Shay.
And you used to tell me, it's just some weed. So if it's just some weed, why you ain't just go in there and chin up?
Guess what?
Man, this shit say, this is what Brian Steele say. He said, if it comes out on June 6, 2018 that Mr. Davis gave information, and it says, that's a lot of information on a lot of people that are well. It comes out on June 6, 2018 that Mr. Davis gave information, and it says, that's a lot of information on a lot of people that are well known in this community. That would not bode well for Mr. Davis or his security interests at all. Like, who they talking about, though? They say well-known people in the community, like...
They talk about the people who... I had to make it look juicy for them. I had to act like these people was always my people. However, so many people...
But, I mean, you told me your logic, you know what I'm saying, behind why you did what you did. So at the very least, I could respect you, at least coming clean to me. But my thing is, bro, you had me in the blind 5 years behind this shit. Like, this shit, man, that shit crazy. I never would have expected that from you, man. Like, at all. You feel me?
Bro, look, I'm gonna tell you I'm sorry, bro. I'm a Muslim first. I'm gonna tell you I'm sorry, bro. But honestly, I didn't even think it. I didn't even think this was gonna ever come up. What the hell is like? Why is you mad? Why would you be mad?
Man, this what got me out. You had me believing for 5 years that you just kept it solid, that you that you didn't cooperate. Nah, you know what I'm saying? All that's still cooperation. Whether you was working the move or not, it's still cooperation. But my thing is, you telling Queen, but you running shit across her, but you ain't even asked me. Like, no, like, I would have told you, hey, boy, do not do that. I would have told you, regardless of what it would have benefited or whatever. Man, everybody know what they sign up for when they in this lifestyle, bro. A nigga just gotta take their lick. They gotta eat that. You feel me? It ain't like y'all niggas was facing no life sentence type shit.
I'm eating it, baby. I'll show you that. And then guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna keep the motions unsealed. I'm gonna get everything unsealed for you. And if you don't want me to just get unsealed, I'll just send it to you. I'll just take a picture of the motion so you can see the whole fight that Brian Steele was fighting out.
So basically, that sound like what Cuz wrote down and everything like that, and Buddy wasn't going for it. Once again, that is telling. It's power telling, but it's telling. Is the streets over for this? No, but it looked bad, bro. It looked real bad. I can't co-sign nothing like that, but I can tell y'all I understand it. I understand it, bro. I truly do. I get it. If somebody say, hey, bro, go ahead, I'm going to sign up for this, sign up for that, and everything like that, just pay me the bread and all that shit. All right, that's on y'all. There are stories of thugs and gangsters and everything like that from each coast to each coast where 3 felons in the car, 1 felon not. And they already know, bro, that's the one who got to take the rap. And I done seen it where niggas just said, hey, bro, yeah, that's his strap right there. And Lil Buddy done claimed it. That's telling too. Am I giving Ralo a pass for this? Hell nah. I told y'all, I don't spare nobody. But I get where he coming from. Is it telling? Yes, it's telling. Is it power telling? Yeah, that's power telling. Is it snitching? There's a reason why he said nobody that's alive or whatever. That part right there, that's oddly fishy right there. What you mean? Who you mean? But some people, they gonna excuse it. Some people, whatever and everything like that. Y'all let me know. Subscribe, turn on that bell to stay notified. Share to keep your people aware. Make somebody a visionary today. Get you one that'll join the gang. I'll catch y'all in the next one, bro. This wild. Internet is going crazy right now.